there's some backup goaltenders playing better than their starters right now in the NHL, and I want to have this discussion over the next 120. Let's do a rapid fire, and you tell me, just let these names roll off your tongue. Who deserves to start more? New York Rangers, Antti Raanta or Henrik Lundqvist?
Antti Raanta.
Number 2, Calgary Flames, Chad Johnson or Brian Elliott?
Oh, Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson.
No question.
And number 3, for the Chicago Blackhawks, Corey Crawford, who's injured right now, or Scott Darling?
Well, obviously you got to go with Scott Darling. Corey Crawford's injured, but Scott Darling's playing himself out of the Chicago Blackhawks organization. It's very cheap. His deal's up this year. He's got 7. In these last 7 games, he's won 5 of them. He's been outstanding. He's the kind of guy you want as a quality backup. Hopefully, turn into a number 1 goaltender. But it's all about the salary. He's gonna ask for a raise. Look at Chad Johnson. He's making $1.7 million in Calgary.
Yeah.
Darling, I think he's at $750. So he's got ability. If he keeps playing where he is, he's got the ability to sign somewhere else. Somebody's going to be knocking on 6'6", 220 pounds. I think he's a big goalie that can move, and he's doing the job. That's the strongest position right now for the Blackhawks.
Let's work our way backwards. In Calgary, you said Chad Johnson over Brian Elliott. Why?
Well, there's not even a question. Obviously, Brian Elliott, the transition from St. Louis, St. Louis, that's your team. What he did in the playoffs, he's the reason why, obviously, they beat Chicago Blackhawks and moved on to the Western Conference Final. He was outstanding. Got traded to Calgary. Calgary thought he was their savior. Well, it's a big change. One, nobody ever understands how big it is to actually move team to team. You got to pick up your house. You got a family, kids. You got to move all that. There's a lot comes into that. But Calgary Flames defense, it's not the St. Louis Blues. So he's a hard time. And then also, another thing is that people don't understand that every team has a goalie coach. He was in, obviously St. Louis for a long time. So he was maybe very comfortable with that goalie coach, the style that they wanted to play. I played with a guy named Cristobal Huye. We came to Chicago. He was in Montreal. He was in Washington. He was an all-star goalie. They tried to change his form and completely messed him up. I don't know if that's going on with Brian. I'm just saying there's a lot of things that go in there. Chad Johnson came in as supposed to be the backup. And when you don't put pressure on yourself, the game of hockey is 90% mental.
It becomes easier.
It becomes very easy. And obviously he lives in Calgary. It was a hometown boy to come back there. It was an easy choice for him. And he's going about there and just having fun with the game because all the pressure wasn't on him. He doesn't have the big contract to live up to right now.
Well, let's go to New York then, because that's where we started.
Yes.
Antti Raanta and Henrik Lundqvist. Lundqvist, one of the best goalies, certainly of this generation, maybe of all time. But you're saying Raanta, why?
Well, look what he's doing. He's just not squeaking out wins. He had back-to-back shutouts. He was playing outstanding. That's why he kept playing. And my point is that Henrik Lundqvist is getting a little bit older.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you don't want him playing as many games. You can't force a guy to play at his age now, play 65, 70 games. So now you got a very, very quality backup goaltender who's seen the puck extremely well, right?
Look at these saves.
Run with them. Go with them. Give the goalie Lundqvist a little extra time to rest. Give him extra time to work with his goaltender. He's still the number 1, but at some point in time, his days are going to be numbered. So if you see Antti Raanta being the next future starter for the New York Rangers, you kind of slowly, it's here, right? Lundqvist is here. Slowly, you kind of do there. Unfortunately, some days the career's going to be over.
Yeah.
Just ask me. I'm washed up.
Hank won't be there forever, and Raanta could be the successor there. Right now, he is, I think, objectively or subjectively, no matter how you look at it, playing better than Henrik Lundqvist.